Hey everyone, this is Luke again, and welcome back to yet another Ninjago video onto the channel today. So this is going to be my last Ninjago video for the year of 2023. So you won't get anything else until sometime in 2024, I guess. But it's not going to be this video is not going to be any Dragons Rising related because I pretty much covered all there is to cover when it comes to Dragons Rising. But there is a topic of discussion that I really want to have my opinion on. And if, as you can see with the title, it's defending a character. I've defended characters from a lot of things because a lot of people misinterpret characters and their motivations and why they do the things they do and whatnot. The most famous of these being Misako, because a lot of people have this really outdated mindset that Misako was a horrible parent who never cared for Lloyd because she abandoned him for a silly history project, which is not true in any of the slightest. As I mentioned before, she had a reason to do it. She had a reason. She forever and always loved Lloyd. And even if you don't believe her in season 2, there are many examples after season 2 that showcase that she does definitely love Lloyd as his mother. But this is not about her. This is about another character who has seemingly come under fire for similar inactions towards a certain child of his, and I'm using that term loosely, child. This character is Dr. Julien, aka Zane's father, or creator, I should say. As you all know, Zane was created by Dr. Julien, who raised him like a son, and eventually passed away, before Samukai quickly revived him again. Now, this is where everyone is getting all their hissy fits about. Sometime after Zane left, Dr. Julien started to feel a bit lonely again because he really didn't have anyone. So he decided, being the inventor that he was, to create a second version of his son that we now know as Echo Zane. Now, but here's the thing though. Most people assume he completed Echo Zane when the original Zane came back to the lighthouse and basically, saved Dr. Julien from the Leviathan thingy and before he went off on the remainder of their adventures. But again, there's really no proof to prove or disprove this. That he finished Dr. Julien, or even created or started creating him in the first place. Everyone is just so quick to assume things simply because of one line Jay said in season 6, which was, when Dr. Julien was still here, or was down here, he must have built a replacement Zane. How do you know that, Jay? How do you know it was Dr. Julien? I'm just saying, there's no proof to suggest this. Now you'd be saying, well, who else could have built? Need I remind you that there's one other person, I guess, or robot, I should say, in the lighthouse. And this robot, Ty-D. Are you forgetting that Ty-D can actually make stuff? To further add to my point, if you actually watch the scene in where Echo Zane debuts, Ty-D is literally giving him gear so he could work on himself again. Which shows that Echo Zane, at least at one point, could build himself, basically. So, I don't know if... I'm going to assume that Dr. Julien did start building Echo Zane, but didn't really have time to work on it because, of course, the original Zane came back. So, let's say he was only part of the way done before the real Zane came back in season 2. Let's assume there. And therefore, Tai D and Echo Zane, because Echo Zane for some reason knows how to work himself, um, finished what he started because, of course, he was dead. He was dead now, so of course he can't finish what he starts. But because of this, a lot of people tend to assume that Dr. Julien is a horrible parent to Echo Zane because he abandoned his kid as soon as the first chance he got. Which a lot of people are. This is one of my biggest problems with people as a whole. They are quick to assume that everything is black and white, that everything is this or that. When in actuality, there's a whole lot of gray. There's a whole lot of things that you don't know. Like, you don't know if Dr. Julien even worked on Echo Zane. There's no proof to suggest this. Obviously, there's no proof to suggest that he did not, to prove or disprove it, that he did or did not work on Echo Zane, and you only believe that because of one line that Jay said, and we just all assumed that was the case. And you also are forgetting that Echo Zane debuted in the series in 2016. So, and Dr. Julien at that point was dead for quite a while. So, even then, it's hard to prove that Dr. Julien is a bad parent to Echo Zane because there's no evidence to suggest that he actually built him other than what Jay said. And everyone just assumes what Jay said is true. And that's not even to mention the fact that this is the season where it literally gets reversed out of existence, but only Jay and Nia remember it. So, the whole ordeal of Echo Zane, his debut in the show, and how he came to be is such a cloudy mess that you can't really use him as an excuse to say Dr. Julien is a terrible parent or a terrible human being. Because I've seen a bunch of posts, especially on Twitter, saying how Season 6 made Dr. Julien a monster, which I don't agree with. Because you just don't know with 100% certainty. The writers and Tommy at the time clearly didn't think of Echo Zane back in 2012, and only just came up in Skybound. So you just can't say that with absolute certainty because you don't know the full story. You can't just assume something is true because of one thing something said. Because you could be getting led astray. And I think that's where a lot of people are missing the point. I think they are being led astray by just simply a throwaway line and just assume that it's like the Holy Grail. Like, they read it like it's the Holy Scripture, the Holy Bible, or something like that. That everything that comes out of the world in Ninjago is 100% correct, nothing is wrong. When in actuality, you just don't know. You don't know with 100% certainty whether these things are true or false. So, this is why I defended the character of Dr. Julien. He is obviously an amazing guy, an amazing parent, and just, I would say, a very, very good person, and doesn't deserve the hate that he has been getting as of late, because the whole story is a boatload of gray covered in the mask of black and white. That's how I will say it. But anyways, what do you guys think? Do you think that Dr. Julien abandoned Echo Zane, or do you think that there's just not enough proof to say he did or he didn't? Let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, I hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, but click on the red subscribe button, and click on the notification bell to receive every video that I will upload. And hope you'll see new Ninjago videos in 2024. But before then, my last video of the year, December 29th, it'll be my yearly reflection video on the channel where I have a lot of things to say. And you definitely want to listen and tune into that, because some things that you'll hear you may not like. And some things will definitely affect the channel as a whole and affect me as well. But anyways, I hope you guys like this video, hit that subscribe button, and just do whatever you feel makes you happy. But I'll see you in my final video of 2023, my yearly reflection, on Friday, December 29th. But until then, see ya.